The French are finally waking up to reality and leaving Niger, where they are no longer wanted. Poof. Just like that.
Nous mettons fin à notre coopération militaire avec les autorités de fait du Niger.
Monsieur le Président, you've been telling us for months that you will not withdraw from Niger unless the deposed president, Mr. Bazoum, is reinstated. And yet now you are saying that you're just going to leave. Wow. Look at Macron. He's leaving anyway. He said he won't leave, and now he's leaving anyway, looking like a fool with his tail tucked between his legs. Macron said, oh, he will not negotiate with les putschistes or the coup leaders, and yet now he has to. Macron, didn't he also refuse to recall his ambassador? Didn't it get to the point that the ambassador is trapped in the embassy with his family, hiding from the police because he is persona non grata, and now he's on his way home, finally. And by the way, the final nail in the coffin, the final humiliation, which is just chef's kiss. The Nigerian government banned Air France and all French planes from using Niger's airspace. So you'll probably catch the French ambassador on his way home flying on Air Algérie. And even this threat from ECOWAS, remember with this August 6th deadline, turned out to be a giant bluff. So who is the clown now? Who is the clown now? Macron has made such a giant embarrassment of himself and his country. He could have easily left 2 months ago with dignity if France had any left in Niger, but no. He had to do it his way and leave anyway 2 months later. Wouldn't it have been better to just leave immediately? You know, rather than trapping his soldiers, rather than trapping his diplomats there? Not only does he have no respect for the people of Niger who have been protesting day and night, week in and week out in front of the French base, but he also lacks any respect for his own soldiers and diplomats. France is supposed to be the country of etiquette, right? And French is supposed to be the language of diplomacy. What diplomacy? Look how he has tarnished his reputation and France's reputation by imposing himself on others, by imposing his country on others. He has dragged France's name through the mud and come out looking like a fool anyway, and Niger has come out on top. When is he going to get the message that Africa is done with French colonialism disguised as anti-terrorism or disguised as development aid? So let's look at the result. Kicked out of Mali, kicked out of Burkina Faso, kicked out of Niger, a coup in Gabon. These are all middle fingers, rejections of France-Afrique, of French neocolonialism, and of French influence and control in Africa. You know, perhaps Macron was under the impression that the Americans would come and save him, but he clearly had another thing coming, especially when someone like Victoria Nuland swooped in like some vulture and tried to negotiate with the new government, because she obviously knew who is in charge. Now, let me ask you this. I'm just hypothesizing. Why should the Americans bother to save France when they can swing this situation and mold it to their own advantage? Perhaps many of you don't know this, but it's not just the French that have a military presence in Niger, it's also the United States. The United States has even more of an incentive when it comes to military matters, because the United States has 1,100 troops in Niger and a drone base, their largest in the world, which cost over $100 million just to build. The United States has not said a word to defend France's position in Niger. And this is its own humiliation, right? Where were your allies to come and save you? They don't care. At the end of the day, Macron embarrassed himself, he embarrassed his people, and he embarrassed his country. And this is actually what real decolonization looks like. You are seeing in real time a colonizer being kicked out of the colonized country. Just like that. You like it or you don't like it. You're getting out. Goodbye, au revoir.